everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I know I haven't posted in the last 2 weeks and I'm so sorry. I had some problems with my editing software and then I was just like, I'm just gonna do a whole new other video instead of posting the one that I had. And I'm gonna be doing a makeup video today, which I haven't done since January, so I'm really excited about that. So please stay tuned and roll that intro. Alright everyone, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in with my Cerave SA Cream Rough and Bumpy Skin. And I use this every morning after I wash my face with their moisturizer, and I love it. It comes in a really big jar, so it lasts you quite a long time. So I'm just applying this to my face as normal. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is go in with my Cerave AM Facial Moisturizing Lotion, and I love this stuff. It lasts me for about a month because I apply it twice a day, and it's very important to use sunscreen. So please go buy one if you don't have one. And I'm just going to apply it just like how I did my moisturizer and rub it in. Okay, now that my two most important steps are done, because it's very important to have a good base before you start applying your makeup, I am going to go in with my Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation and concealer. I used this in my previous makeup video, so it's one of my favorite concealers to use. And then I'm just going to take the applicator brush and go like this. Kind of like, I think the word is accentuating, but I'm not sure. I'm just trying to sound fancy. Here and on my nose, and my forehead, and here. And then I'm also going to cover up any dark spots that I have on my face, like right here, and the corners of my nose, and this area right here. Now I'm going to take my trusty beauty blender. I'm going to wet it, and I'm going to blend that all in. Okay, after all of my concealer is blended, I'm going to go in with my contour, and I do this underneath my foundation for a more natural look. And I'm also, after I do my contour, I'm going to apply a little lighter shade of concealer over the one that I already had. And then I'm going to do my eyebrows. So when I'm applying my contour, I follow the natural shape of my face and just a little stroke up to like, so it blends really nice into like my hairline. And the same thing on the other side. And I go up, and then on my forehead, just some strokes. And for my nose, I kind of like to go a really long U shape, but okay, so the lighter shade that I'm going to go in for my other concealer is the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camera Concealer Matte Finish. I think the shade is medium neutral, and I only use a little bit of this. So I haven't blended out my contour yet, so I do this all before I blend it out. And I'm going to go just in the corner of my eye, and then run it along underneath my brow. And it looks pretty weird now, but it'll be okay. And then I'm gonna take my contour brush, no, concealer brush, sorry, and just kind of blend that out, and then go over with my beauty blender again. And for my eyebrow, I don't do my eyebrows yet. I use this to kind of like shape them first, like so. I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side. Okay, now I'm gonna take my beauty blender that I used to blend out my concealer, and I'm going to blend out all of my contour and the additional concealer I put on. is done now, and I'm going to go in with my foundation, which I use the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. I think it's a matte foundation, but I really love it because I kind of have like oily skin. So, and I use the shade 330, which is Toffee and Caramel. Toffee Caramel, not Toffee and Caramel. Okay. And I use the dot method, and I don't put this all over my face. I only put it in the areas that I haven't really covered with the concealer and contour. So I go in with a dot like this, and I put one there, and then one over here, and then one on my forehead, my nose, here and here. And then I use my finger and kind of like spread that around like this. So the reason why I don't put it all like underneath my eye where I put my concealer is because I want to go for a more natural look and I don't want to have foundation covering all of my face. And so now I'm just going to blend that out using my beauty blender that I wet. And I usually use one for my whole face when I'm doing it, just because I think it helps blend everything perfectly together. So you can do that, or you can use different ones. It doesn't really matter, but just make sure that you wet it. So mine is still wet from when I used it before, and I'm just going to blend everything out. So after I blended out my foundation, I'm now going to go in with my e.l.f. HD powder. And I'm not going to really bake. I'm just going to apply it really loosely underneath my eye. So I'm going to take a little bit in here, just about this much. I'm going to tap some, and I'm going to like pack it in my eyelid to prevent it from creasing. So I don't really bake because I feel like it kind of makes my makeup look cakey. And this is just to prevent my under eye from creasing. And I'm also going to put it on the places where I get oily. So this is a really good step if you do get oily in like your T area. T-zone, I think it's called T-zone. Yeah. And then I'm going to apply some onto my eyelid to also prevent creasing when I do my eyeshadow. And the reason I used a lighter shade than the concealer I used before was to sort of like really bring out the pigment in the eyeshadow. And I'm just going to apply this really loosely on top too. Okay, so now I'm just going to finish up my base with some blush and highlight. And I like to use this cute little Milk Makeup like blush. I think it's like a chubby stick or something, but it's so cute. It's so small. And I got it free from Sephora. Like one of those, like, if you have like enough points, you get something free kind of thing. So this is what I got, and I really love it. I've been using it for like a couple months now. So to really like lift my face with my blush, I'm gonna apply it up here and just do like 3 strokes like that, and same thing on the other side. Now I'm gonna take my blush brush, which is also pink, and I'm gonna like pinch it a little and like use that to blend the blush. Okay, so we're on to the last step for my base, and it is my favorite step because it is highlighter. And you guys know that I use the Fenty Beauty Matchstick Highlighter, shade Blonde. I used this in my previous video as well. So a lot of these products that I'm using now, I've used in my first video that I did. So I can link them all in the description below, and you can check them out if you do want to use them. So for my highlighter, just gonna go one swipe up like that. Same thing on the other side, like so. And a little bit on my nose, and underneath my brow bone, like so. And I'm just gonna blend that out with my finger. Okay, now that my base is all finished, I'm gonna do my eyebrows now. And I like to use the e.l.f. Instant Brow Lift Pencil. It is one of the best out there, and it's really cheap. I think this one was like $5. So if you want a brow pencil, I recommend the e.l.f. one. So for my brows, I'm just gonna fill them in lightly because I'm not really going for a heavy look. So I just have a piece here that's kind of missing, and I'm just gonna fill that really lightly in. So for my eyeshadow look today, I'm gonna go really light, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of graphic eyeliner, because I did a poll on my Instagram. I think it was a poll, or I asked a question, like somebody sent me makeup looks, like I've seen that going around. So my friend Brittany did, and shout out to Brittany. So she sent me a makeup look she wanted me to do, and I'm gonna do it for her. So I'm gonna use my Maybelline Nudes of New York palette, and I'm just gonna go really light on my eyeshadow because I want my eyeliner to pop. So I'm gonna go in with a fluffy eye blender brush, and I'm just gonna go in with the shade Creator. It's this one right here. It's very like a nude shade, and I'm gonna apply it right here in my crease. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna go in with the shade Self Starter, which is the one in the corner here. I'm gonna lightly tap it, tap off all the excess. And I'm gonna go in the shade and blend it out above. And blend it down, like so. Now I'm gonna put this brush aside, and I'm going to go in with my other e.l.f. brush. This is like a crease brush, sort of, but I'm gonna go in with the shade Artist, which is this one right here, and I'm gonna lightly tap, and I'm gonna go right here and sort of like lightly blend it. So it's very, really light eyeshadow look. You can tell the difference though. And then the last thing I love to do is sparkles and glitter. So, I think the shade Founder I'm gonna use today, and it's this gold shade right here. So I'm gonna take it on my glitter brush that I have and lightly tap it in the crease like so. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side and come back. Okay, so I finished both sides of my eyes, as you can see. And now I'm just going to go in with my eyeliner for the look that Brittany requested. And so first I'm just gonna start out with a traditional wing eyeliner. And for my beginners, the first thing that you do is make sure that you have a brush that you're comfortable with, and start out with a line like so. Like a small line like that. And then the next thing I like to do is have one of these felt tip brushes, and I bring that to connect to my lash line. And then I'm just gonna fill in like so. And then now I'm just gonna do regularly what I do. Okay, now I'm just gonna do that same thing on the other side. So I finished my eyeliner on both sides, as you can see, and now I'm gonna do the look that Brittany requested. So she requested that I do the look with white eyeliner, but since I don't have a white eyeliner, I'm gonna do it with blue eyeliner. And it's a very simple look she requested, so I really like it. So it looks something like this with a dot on both sides. And underneath my eye here, like so. So cute. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my blue eyeliner and substitute of the white eyeliner for the next part. Alright, so the next part looks, trying to see where I can draw it. Alrighty, now I'm just gonna clean this up and do the other side. Alright everyone, this is the finished eye look. Now I'm just gonna go do my lips off camera and come back. Alright guys, this is the entire look that's finished. Thank you so much for watching. I went ahead and did my lips and my eyelashes off camera because I forgot to do them. So once again, thank you so much for being here. It means a lot to me, and if you could like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, I would very much appreciate it. So once again, thank you, and see you in my next video.